What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Golgari Midrange deck that is blowing decks out of the water. This deck made it all the way up to Mythic number 282. I believe it's by Charizard7, and this man has created many a beauty decks in the past. So you can trust when I say this deck is awesome. This is probably my new go-to climbing deck for a couple reasons. One, it's off kilter, right? You don't see this normally. It's not a very meta-ish deck, but it is playing some very meta cards that come together and work so beautifully in combination. So diving right into the deck, we have 2 copies of Swarm Shambler. This is going to help give you creatures back whenever your opponent targets creatures that have counters on it. And you'll notice this deck has a ton of counters. Swarm Shambler, Stonecoil, Grakmaw, Polukranos, right? A ton of counters. And you have Great Henge to also add counters, Scavenging Ooze. Anyway, Stonecoil Serpent we've seen in a million decks. We know that it's a solid card, and so we're running it. You know, I believe again the original deck had 4 copies. We have 2 copies. Yada yada yada. Primal Might, as I'd mentioned in the the mono green and the Gruul aggro, this is a beautiful card that not only acts as a removal, but is a great way to finish out the game and give you enough mana to have lethal, right? Heartless Act is some solid removal, destroy target creature with no counters, or remove up to 3 counters from target creature. We do have a lot of counter decks running around, so there'll be some games where you don't want this card. If that's the case, we do have other options in the sideboard, which we'll be getting to in just a minute. Scavenging Ooze, gonna target your opponent's graveyard, gonna target your own to exile cards, gain life, and counters, which again comes back to Swarm Shambler, and not to mention the fact that you're dealing with the graveyard hate, you're dealing with the Croxes that might be coming back, or you're dealing with the rogues that need 8 cards in your graveyard, right? You're able to deal with a lot of the meta tier decks at a low-key 1 mana cost, right? Lovestruck Beast, 3 mana for a 5/5 is hard to beat that value proposition, not to mention the fact that you can also get a 1/1 off the flip side, and it allows you to get down a turn 4 Great Henge. Kazandu Mammoth, equally, you can get down turn 4 Great Henge, play it down, turn 4, play a land, now the power's up to 5, and boom, bam, Great Henge. Grakmaw I actually really like in this deck, and I was wondering if we were ever going to see it in actual competitive play, and the answer is yes. So I don't recommend going too heavy on it. I think the original deck has 1 copy, but as I was missing some copies of Stonecoil or whatever, I added in an extra, and I think 2 copies of this legendary is perfectly fine. I don't recommend going to 3, but 2's sitting all right. So enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, so it's a solid body, 3 mana, 3/3. Whenever another creature you control dies, if it had a +1/+1 counter on it, put a +1/+1 counter on Grakmaw. Well, we already saw we have a whole lot of counter synergy within the deck, so that's good. Then, whenever Grakmaw dies, create an XX black and green Hydra creature token, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters. Now, obviously, with things like Great Henge, we're going to be adding even more counters to Grakmaw. If we manage to get it down with Nissa of the Shadowed Boughs, that's 2 additional, so you could essentially have this thing come down with 6 counters on it, and then whenever it dies, you get another 6/6 right back, which for 3 mana is insane value. Let me just go ahead and tell you, it's insane. Agadeem's Awakening actually works out really well in this deck because you do have things such as Grakmaw and Lovestruck and all these things that are actually very valuable while also still being very cheap. And it's a land and it's other sides, so you're not losing too much by running it, right? Gemrazer you can attach onto almost everything down here except for the Lovestruck Beast human, but again, attaching it to the Grakmaw, now you have 3 counters on a Gemrazer, so now it's up to a 7/7, and whenever it dies, you're going to create an XX with a number of counters, so you get 3/3 back instead of just losing a 7/7 completely. Garruk Unleashed gives you more access into Trample, which is really nice. A lot of the times you'll be dealing with opponents that are chum blocking, and then Garruk's just going to allow you to say, no sir, or madam, I'm going to go for face. The 3/3 green beast is nice if you're behind, and of course the emblem is just nutty. If you get to the emblem, you should win the game if your opponent hasn't conceded already. Nissa of Shadowed Boughs, sorry, I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, 4 mana for this new Planeswalker with the landfall ability of whenever a land enters battlefield, you're going to put a loyalty counter on Nissa. Now, we do have things such as Fabled Passage in the deck, so obviously we play Fabled Passage after we play Nissa. That's 1 loyalty, tap it, get out another land, that's 2 loyalty, and now our Nissa can -5. We can put a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands we control, so it should be 5, right, if we're doing what we just said, onto the battlefield from our hand or from the graveyard with 2 counters. So that's the main thing. If it was just from the hand, it'd be sort of meh. But from the graveyard, you can grab a Polukranos, Gemrazer, Grakmaw, which, as we said earlier, will come back with 2 additional counters. Now it's a 5/5. You have Great Henge. Now it's a 6/6. And good things are going to happen, right? Outside of that, you can get a 3/3 land with haste and menace, which is actually a really, really good way of dealing in either final points of damage when your opponent's not expecting it, right? Because menace is a great way to get around your opponent's creature or be evasive. And then, of course, the -5, you're just going to be stacking shit on your side of the board. So Polukranos is another great one, especially since we have the sort of Rakdos mid-range deck eating through shit right now, making you discard and all that. You know, you're going to discard the Polukranos, and then looky there, you can play it right back. You know, 6 +1/+1 counters or 12 +1/+1 counters. That's fantastic. You can fight creatures with it. It deals with Death Touch creatures, which have been a little bit annoying here recently in Standard, not going to lie. And yeah, you can escape it, so it can come back from the graveyard again and again and again, which is beautiful. Vivien Monsters Advocate, we've seen this card pop up a lot here recently, and it's mostly because due to the Great Henge and the ramp that is sort of apparent in current Standard, right? And if it's not basic ramp like Lotus Cobra, blah blah blah, Goose, you know, it's sort of secondary ramp like this where you're getting to the Great Henge and you're getting a lot of mana in a burst, right? So Vivien can allow you to look at the top card of your library. You can cast creature spells from it, and obviously if you have Great Henge, you're going to cast creature spells, going to draw your card, and you're going to be able to look at the top card of your library. So you're essentially getting to look at 2 cards with Vivien, which is super duper powerful. We do have 3 copies of the Great Henge because it's just pure gas, and then 4 copies of Turntimber Symbiosis because obviously, you know, it's a Golgari deck. We want to be finding our creatures. There will be some points where you don't and you can't. 7 mana sink, you can find one, and again, if you got the Great Henge down on turn 4, you can use this come turn 5, which is pretty strong. The counters are going to help with your Grakmaw, especially if you find a Grakmaw with it. Now it's going to go up to, you know, like 6/6 again, so insane value. Now, as I said before, this is a best of 3 deck, so we're going to be hopping into the sideboard. There will be some matches where the Heartless Act just simply doesn't catch, like I said before. In those cases, you'll be pulling in the Bloodchief's Thirst and potentially the Eliminate, especially in those Kroxa matchups, those Rakdos mid-range. This is beautiful because it can destroy Kroxa for just 2 mana. Duress is really good if you're in a control matchup because you're trying to take out their negates, their, you know, planeswalkers, or whatever oppressive shit they may have. Board wipes, right? Chainweb Arachnir, again, you've been seeing this a lot in the green decks, is because Rogues is such a powerful thing right now. Rankle is coming back. Zagras, Mardu Party is actually seeing a top-ranked deck, right? So you want to be able to deal with flyers, and this is one of the best ways. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it's going to deal damage equal to its power to target creature with flying, so you can get rid of a flyer there, and then it also has reach, so it can protect you from the other flyers. Not to mention the fact that it has escape, so if you're in those rogue matchups and they're milling you, they mill this card, now you pay 5 mana, and it comes back as a 3/5. As a 4/5, sorry, got that wrong. Anyways, deals 4 damage to a flyer, and now you have a 4/5 with reach, which is very solid. Run afoul, 1 mana instant speed. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. I mean, it's very self-explanatory. They're playing flyers, play this card. 1 mana, destroy 1. Really good value, right? Garruk's Harbinger, if they're playing black removal, boom, bam. And then a Castle Locthwain for those control matchups where you do want the duress, but you're also going to want more card draw than what your deck has to offer. Because sometimes, you know, in those control matchups, they're not just going to be controlling and destroying your stuff and countering your spells. They're going to be destroying your stuff, countering your spells, and exiling your graveyard. In those matchups where your opponent has graveyard exile, you're going to want the castle to give you more gas, give you more card draw, get through your deck in some other manners, right? Anyways, any hoosers, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. Sorry for it being such a long one, but as this isn't such a on-meta, on-played, whatever you want to call it, kind of deck, I feel like I should really dive into the depth of it, right? Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to leave a like down below. Comment if you have any suggestions on this video, future videos, past videos, or if you have an answer to the daily question. I love reading the answers to the daily. That's why I put them up there, right? So we can have conversation, you and I. Anyways, be sure to watch all the way through so you can get all the pro tips and get the most value out of watching me play the deck so you know fully how to play the deck going into your matches with it. Be sure, if you're new here and you want to support the channel or you want updates on new videos, which I highly recommend, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon that pops out afterwards. That'll give you every single notification about every video that we post and really keep you in the loop as far as the channel goes. Last but not least, be sure you're checking the description of every video, as you can get a link to the Discord. If you want to support the channel monetarily, you can join our YouTube memberships, and the perks are listed there. Last but not least, we are live on Twitch most mornings. There's not a really set time. It's like me wake up and come into the office, and then boom, there we are. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's hop right into the magic. Lucas to Nato, and they get to go first. Whole lot of lands here. No actual forest though. Could grab a forest with Fabled, play Castle. Yeah, I think that's a fine line. Alrighty, opponent mulligan down to 5. You like to see that. I think we're still gonna go for the green land here. Be that cheeky forest. Opponent, not quite sure what they want to do here. Alright, get down the ooze. We'll see what kind of deck they're playing. Rakdos. There has been a Rakdos mid-range deck running around that's pretty fierce, so we might be seeing that now. We probably will go ahead and get Kazandu down as a creature. Slam it, jam it. Mire Triton. This does look like the Rakdos mid-range deck. We could also just exile their graveyard with our ooze. Alright. Start exiling stuff like Murderous Rider and whatnot. I think I'm just going to go for Kazandu though. Get a body on the board. Get another body on the board. Alright, 4 mana. They could have a Croxa here. If they do, what are we discarding? I don't have anything. Alright. Cool beans. That kicks Kazandu up to 5. We're at 4 mana. 4 mana means I could get down Swarm and mutate onto it, but we don't have anything to destroy. I don't know that the Rakdos mid-range decks play anything destroyable though. Alright, that's fun. If I swing in here, they are trading out the Mire Triton for Kazandu. They should, at least. But they only have 2 cards in hand. They're doing it. Nope, trading out for the ooze. That makes more sense, honestly. Alright, let's get rid of their graveyard. This will also allow Kazandu to hit in for more damage. I don't know if they thought about that. Oh, maybe get rid of the Fabled. Alright, so they're down to 15. 3 cards in hand. One is a Croxa, of course. I think we can afford to get rid of a land here. Question is which one. I think Turntimber, honestly. Ah, but it doesn't count as a land. Beautiful. Alright, Kazandu's back up to 5. We could go for a Vivian here. Polukranos isn't bad either. Tell you what, let's go for a Vivian. If we have to discard again, we can discard the Polukranos. Alright, opponent's gonna surrender. Beautiful. Pick that game up rather easy. Alright. So does Kroxa, when it enters the battlefield, does it have 2 CMC still? I think so. So then eliminate would be good here. Garruk's Harbinger's good. Let's kick it back this way. Bloodchief's Thirst. We saw the Mire Triton. And it's good against Kroxa as well. What isn't so good here? Swarm Shambler. We saw they deal with that really easy. Ooze is great. Mammoth is pretty good. What else would be bad for us here? Maybe Gemrazer since they don't have any artifacts. Swarm Shambler is still a really good turn 1 play though. I don't know that Grakmaw is going to be good enough actually. Maybe we take out 2 copies of this, leave Lovestruck. Or leave Swarm. Swarm plus Gemrazer does give us a pretty big body we can build though. We'll see how it goes. I did take out a land in the Kazandu Mammoth, but hopefully it won't affect us too much. Alright, they get to play first. I have not been recording. That's a whole bummer. Could I update the deck hub for this new deck? No, but I can post it to Goldfish. I can't update them or upload them on I mean, it seems alright. I can't update them on on Aether Hub because we don't need 2 Great Henge. Because if I go upload them on there, then it doesn't publish correctly with the video like at the same time, so. But I will get it posted for you just after this match. Can't believe I wasn't recording. I mean, I can actually, it's me, but fuck does that suck. Do we really want to be destroying this now? Yeah. Yep, let's take out all damage possible. Alright. Let's see. What kind of removal could they have for Grakmaw? Heartless Act. Heartless Act does remove all 3 counters, which would kill it. Liliana. Liliana, I think, destroys it as well, right? Yeah. But then we get this back, which can take out the Liliana, so that's good. We can shock this in, get Garruk down, which isn't bad.
I'll be even more powerful next time.
Alright. Let's build our board. Let's build our board. Now if I can +1 with the Garruk, kick one of them up to 6 power, that'll make our Great Henge only cost 3, which means we can get it down on this next turn. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, I'll have to go back and rip this Twitch VOD and then take the whole first match against Lucas here. That's going to be annoying. By the way, sorry YouTube people for maybe the quality being a little reduced on that first match. Anyways. Ooh, Shatter Skull onto the Garruk. Alright, not gonna lie, that hurts my plans a hell of a lot. Still deal 6, not bad. I think we just play out the Lovestruck and then go for the Great Henge on the next turn. Agadeem's Awakening. Don't exactly have the mana for it. I think I'd rather see something playable. Anyways, this will kick Great Henge down to 4, so we could get it down potentially. We also have 12 points of damage coming at him. We could Primal Might. That could be lethal. Could be lethal. Lucas Tanato. Hagra Mauling. But they're left with 0 mana after that, right? I mean 1. You have one mana. Blood Chief's Thirst. That's all they need. They said, shut up, Chance. You're the loser. Alright. So we can get this down. Yeah. That makes good sense. Take them down to 12. We'll be able to heal 2. Come their turn, we'll have 8 mana, which means we can cast Turntimber. Should I use Turntimber, or if we have 8? No, we should discard Turntimber here. Because Primal Might could allow us to win if they don't have anything else, any other card hate or whatever. Although they get to replay the Kroxa, which means, yeah, we're losing both cards in hand. Yikes, that one sucks. So it doesn't really matter what we chose there. Let's hope we can hit a land here. Or a land. A creature. I don't want a land. Let's hope we don't hit a land here. Anything but a land, actually, is what I'm hoping for. Alright, that's pretty good. Pretty big, right? Oh, wait. Big old 10-10. Won't sneeze at that one. Now, obviously, something like a Blood Chiefs could still easily remove Stonecoil. We'll just hope that it's not there. But Stonecoil has protection from multicolored, which means that Kroxa can't really do anything to it. Are they going to swing in with Kroxa is the question to make us discard. I don't think that's worth it, personally. You never know, though. No. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright, so we throw down Vivian. We got a Kazandu over there on the top. I can't cast Kazandu and use Blood Chiefs. Can I use Blood Chiefs to remove the Kroxa? Probably, but is it better to use Blood Chiefs to remove the Mire Triton and get in with the Stonecoil? Is kind of what I'm thinking.
Every day is a new mutation.
Like if I take out the Mire Triton, we don't have a Death Toucher to stop us. They still have 7 cards over there. I think we do take out Mire Triton. Kroxa can't even block the 10-10, which means they have to block with the 2-2. Or just take it on the face. Hell yeah. Alright, so they got 1 card right here. They get 1 zombie. What do you do? Another time merit. That's not enough though. That's still GG. Stonecoil alone gets through that. Yeah. You can't block it with Kroxa, so. They have 6 defense, we have 10 attack. GG Lucas, and that is a 2-0 game. That's the kind of ranked I like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Chef. Hey, cool. You gonna serve me up something nice. Play first. Always play first. Huh, it's not bad. We get the Stonecoil down, we can mutate Gemrazer onto it, you know? We get the Scry off the Temple. Fabled Passage. Yeah, it's good. It is good with the Kazandu. So yeah, we go turn 2 Stonecoil, turn 3 Gemrazer. We'll have a 6/6 trampling Gemrazer. Although they just played that down. Should I wait, you think? We'll wait. No biggie. No problemo. We'll get down to turn 3 Kazandu. Rakdos. It's another Rakdos midrange. No. No way. No freaking way, man. Alright, well, we dealt with you. We dealt with you before. We'll deal with you again. Alright. How do we deal with the Mire Triton, though? How do we take out that teeny tiny little Mire Triton without removing what will be our big old Kazandu, right? Because Kazandu's going to go up to a 7/7, which means actually, wow. All right, cool. If we can get a Great Henge, we could play it off the back of our Kazandu. That could be... Oh, no. No, you monster. All right, so Swarm Shambler and then a 3-mana Stonecoil, maybe? Or we could just mutate Gemrazer on. Yeah. I like this better. I like this better. Alright, Chef, what do you got for me? Let's see. Next turn we'll be up to 5 mana. If I can get Gemrazer down, that'll be a 7/7. Okay, so if we draw into Great Henge again, if we can get Gemrazer down, draw into Great Henge, we can actually cast it. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Pretty much what I expected there. Ooh, them drawing the Croaks out there, or discarding, whatever you want to call it. It's not good for us. Lovestruck. Fuck. Can we attack? Nah, because that's our Kroxa blocker. That's our Kroxa blocker. Are they gonna get... I mean, they can. They have 5 cards in the graveyard. If they do, we're discarding Turntimber. Not the biggest loss. But again, that's why we played out the Lovestruck there and played out the Gemrazer, so that way they couldn't do any double Kroxa bullshit and make us discard everything, right? It is the big old Kroxa. Alright, well, Gemrazer, I really need you to just live, buddy. Live, 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 live. Good thing is we can take out those 2/1s with our little 1/1s. Goodness. Primal Might, well, that's pretty good. That allows us to take our Gemrazer and jam it onto their Kroxa. Puts it up to an 11/11. I think that might almost be worth... Whoa, wait. If I just put this down... Alright, let's put you down. We'll use you for 1. Smack. Autopay. Boom. And I think we do swing in. No, because they just get to block it once. No, we can't. We can't afford it. But we got to take out the Kroxa, and that's really good. Took out Kroxa, got a Lovestruck down. They don't have enough cards in their graveyard to get Kroxa back currently, so... They have 3 cards in hand. Bone Crusher over on the side. They could play Bone Crusher, left with 3 mana. What does that leave them? Can't kick Blood Chiefs that way. They'd have to leave Blood Chiefs out. Although they don't need a kick. Well, no, they would for destroying Lovestruck or Gemrazer. Blood Chiefs is such a good card. Such a good card, thanks. Yeah, no problem, Hockey Gator. Thank you for the follow. I don't know if you heard me whenever I was leaving on my break earlier, but we'll thank you again, no problem. Alright, there's Blood Chiefs. So yeah, they're probably weighing out whether or not to get down Bone Crusher or use Blood Chiefs. They're going to get down Blood Chiefs and Magmatic Chandler. You channeled that magma. Yeah, part of me wants to smash in, but if we do that, we're filling their graveyard, right? I suppose prior to them having Magmatic Chandler down, we could be swinging in with the little 1/1 attackers. Alright, they're up to 7 mana. They have 3 cards in graveyard, one of which is Kroxa, right? Right. So they need to get 3 more cards in graveyard. There's another Kroxa. Heartless Act. Heartless Act takes out Lovestruck. Then they get down Bone Crusher. Alright. Back to my turn. If I can hit a Great Henge. Nope. Kazandu. Alright. Oh. At this point, we're just jamming everything we have down. I don't know that we're trading with them either. The Mire Tritons, man, they're such a bitch. Such a bitch. Is that enough for the Kroxas? It is. It's enough for one of them. Oh, shit. They got an Ox. That's terrible for us. That just fuels their hand and gives them a solid body on the board. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So, I think we realized the difference between this deck and the last Rakdos mid-range deck. That last Rakdos mid-range deck didn't hit shit. Oh, come on, game. Fuck. Alright. That's alright, that's alright. We got the Kazandu up to a 5/5. Still don't think it's worth swinging in. We're just gonna chill. Now, we could always get Polukranos, cost 4 mana. Unfortunately, I think his fight costs 3, so we couldn't play Polukranos plus fight, right? So we only have 6. Again, we get down Great Henge, but they're to the point where they're going to start swinging at us because they have the 4-power creatures, and we only have 1 4-power defender. So we can take out Magmatic, but honestly, that's 2 mana for 2 of our creatures. It's just horrible. Oh. Alright, this might be GG here. Oh yeah, please forget that my Gemrazer has reach. They may not be forgetting, who knows. Maybe they have a Bone Crusher. Maybe they have another Bone Crusher. Maybe they wanted that card over there so they could use Kroxa. Well, they don't really need it for Kroxa. I don't know, that was a little befuddling. Oh, they just forgot Gemrazer has reach. Alrighty, well, you always love to see that. So we can Primal for 5, take out Kroxa. I mean, we're still boned, yeah? And they just get another Kroxa back on the next turn. But making them continuously recast it probably is still the best thing we got. So if I do it for 5 and swing it with Gemrazer, they probably just don't even block, right? Or they just block with the Mire Triton. This is a horrendous situation we're in. Alright. 7 mana. They got a world to play with. They just got to scry 4 fucking cards. That's intense. I think we've lost this one. Even if I hit a Great Henge, they turn around. Yeah. Alright, we're going to say GG on this game 1 here. We're going to try to prep up real nice. Yeah, okay. Glad I scooped out there. Alright, Blood Chief's Thirst. Eliminate. Garruk Harbinger. Gemrazer. Alright, we take out the Gemrazer because they don't have any artifacts. Take out one of the Lovestrucks because it's simply too small for the Croxes. But it's still good enough because the 1/1s. Garruk's fine. Vivian's fine. Take out this Nissa because the 3/3s aren't great if they're just dying to the Death Touchers, right? Although it gives them menace, so they could just go around. Alright. Let's try it out. Let us try it out. Instead of them cooking us something spicy, it seems like we cooked them something spicy because they're just eating us up. Wow, I really hate I really hate this. Alright. Think we mulligan here. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. Beautiful. You play slow. You take it nice and easy. We do need to hit another piece of land, though. Another piece of mana. Now, if we do win this, they go back to being on the play first, which is a little bad for us. Chef, they're just not quite sure what they want to do. They're thinking about it long and hard. Speaking of thinking about it long and hard, do I want to shock in this Turntimber to get down a Lovestruck Beast off the rip? Could just Blood Chiefs that Magmatic, take it nice and easy. Nice, easy, cheesy, and slow. Of course, if I can hit a land guaranteed next turn, that is a Great Henge. Let's do it. Let's rush it. Let's rush. If they have removal, it'll suck, but I think, like I've said a lot, forcing them to have it in fewer cards is generally good, I think. Right? Because the more the game goes on, the more cards they get to look at. The more cards they get to look at, the better chance of them hitting what you don't want them to hit, right? So, we'll go for the Lovestruck, and, you know, Blood Chiefs on a 1/1 token is fine by me. Fine by me. Yes. Victory. Not yet. Of course, not yet. But, you know, the Great Henge is a great way to start down that road. Alright, now we don't get to remove any other creatures here. Lovestruck Beast is still very prone to removal. So, but we got it down. We got it down. Ugh. That's always such a big accomplishment in any game. When you have the Great Henge, being able to get it down is like, alright, now I'm kicked online. Let's do this. I have gas for days. That sounded a little wrong, but you know what I mean. If they swing in, are we just taking it? Yes. 10,000% for sure. Just take it. So we're going to heal it right back with this, right? Not right now, because I don't want them to... I want them to think that we might have something that could stop them from destroying our Lovestruck Beast. We don't, of course, but the less they know, the better. I think we can all agree on that. Alright, we need some black mana here, because they're probably going to slam a jam on that Rankle down. Indeedly so. Now we do... have... oh no, we don't have the reach. Right, because we took out the Gemrazers. That's fine. Alright, so I can Heartless Act that and still get down Kazandu. Grakmaw. Grakmaw is pretty dope, not gonna lie, but again, we need to get rid of this guy. Bye-bye, that guy. Now, if we can just... we need some more black mana so we can actually play like Grakmaw and then Heartless, or Grakmaw and then Blood Chiefs. Rankle, they're going to make a sacrifice. They're going to sacrifice more than likely the Mire Triton, right? Which means they should be swinging it with Mire Triton as well. Correct. Which means we can't block, so we're going to have to sacrifice. So we're taking 5 damage here, potentially 6 depending on what options they select with Rankle. If we choose to sacrifice, we're going to sacrifice the Lovestruck Beast as it doesn't have a counter on it, and Grakmaw feeds off of creatures with counters, so we enjoyed that. We do enjoy that. They got rid of the Magmatic Chandler. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, so we're looking for... well, not that. Not that, but it is okay. Bye-bye, Rankle. Hello, Ooze. Oh, well, that's really good. So we go for the Grakmaw, or we start exiling their graveyard, do you think? I think we build. I think we build while we can. Bam. Alright. Let's see it. Description. That's fine. We'll add the counter to the So swing with Mire Triton, I think we do block. Nope. They're gonna leave it back. Alright, let's go, Harbinger. Let's go. Bye-bye, Mire Triton. It was nice knowing you. I'm just kidding. I hate you. Get him. Removal? Oh, this game's turning out pretty good. I gotta say, these Rakdos mid-range decks have a little bit of trouble with this Golgari mid-range, and I love it. Alright. Now, they did smack us around game 1, so I better not get too cocky. They'll come back and be like, hey, shut up. Smack, smack. Should I put in some Chain Web? It takes out their Rankle. Actually, we could be taking out Primal Might, right? It's not great removal for us. Leaving the Lovestrucks because it helps kick down the Great Henge. They're not playing so many flyers though, like it's just Rankle, yeah? So if we just have the removal we have plus Chain Web, we should be able to deal with Rankle. I don't know that we need Run Afoul. Do still need to remove one more card though. Maybe just like that. Alright, Chef. Game 3. Why do we always have to go to a game 3? That's not what you want to see. So we could Turntimber turn 1, Forest, Swamp, get Kazandu down. Hope for land to hit the Nissa. Should have kept that first hand, which actually had lines of play. Sorry. Oh god, do we be greedy? No. No. We have 3 copies in the deck. We don't. Nope. Don't do it, Chance. You can't cast it. Don't do it. You need land. If it's not a land, I don't care. Bum, 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 bum. Watch us just draw 2 lands back to back now. I'm gonna be a little salty. I'm not even gonna lie if that's the scenario, because then that means that we could have went Lovestruck, Great Henge, and just off to the races. Wow, they already got a fucking Kroxa. All right, Skyclave, Skyclave. Fuck me. They came ready. They came ready. Oh come on, that would have been our Kroxa, or our Great Henge. All right, it's fine. Lovestruck. Are you Lovestruck? Now the nice thing is Polukranos deals with those Death Touch creatures easy peasy lemon squeezy. So get it down. We'll have 6/6. It does cost 3 to fight. I was right earlier when I'd said that. We might just use both Heartless Axe here and just say goodbye, opponent. If we get down Polukranos, they still get in with one creature. They might just remove it as well. If I just save mana for these, we just get to remove their stuff for sure. So, how much does it cost to escape? 6? Super happy I saved for the Heartless. Super duper happy that I saved for the Heartless. Goodbye, Rankle. Goodbye, Mire Triton. Skyclave they can always bring back, so it doesn't make any sense. We're down to 10 life. I would like some more life, please. Fuck, why did I do that? We just gave him enough cards to bring the Kroxa back. Hey, I mean, if you want to remove my creature. Oh, they're exiling it. I said remove, not exile, buddy. Said remove. You gotta listen. Alright, cool. But if they played the Kroxa, which I'm assuming they will do, we just have to discard it. We're going down to... No, if they just discard, if they just play Kroxa, we're fine. Actually, we're not going down any. But we are losing our removal. We have nothing in hand. They have 3 cards in hand. It's looking a little scary for us. Looking a little scary for us. Maybe we should have taken out the Primal Mights altogether. I don't know. It did help us get rid of the Skyclave there, though. If I was them, I wouldn't have even played that, right? Just save it for next turn. No! No more lands. If it's not a fucking... We're going down to 1 health here. So, you know, Bone Crusher, we're dead. If they sneeze at me, we're dead. Gotta say, I'm not a fan of the Rakdos midrange.